damage numbers and positioning people. Oh, we're going live, DJC, but yeah, Numlock's good. But so is everybody else.
So why don't we, for this first mid, take a little bit of a look at Numlock as he goes on his rollout here. Gonna rocket through the right side, doing a bit of an old school rollout here, a little bit slower than most rollouts to the right, but Numlock's gonna peek out of his garage and start throwing some stickies up top. In fact, a little bit of the audible, but Cadis already has him stuck out, so that's gonna delay even further. BFF's combo is now in position, lots of spam going off onto these scouts for Epsilon, and nothing really has come out from point presence here from Epsilon. Big bomb is going to come from Dallas onto the enemy balcony. He takes down Bash, he will crater in the end, but that denied them a lot of presence up top. Numlock's going to get pistoled down by the scout combination of Beaver and Quad. There is Mike in mid, about to get this health pack, wants to make a play. He's just going to stand AFK and take his death like a man, and a very uneventful mid from Epsilon's perspective.
Yeah, there was something weird going on there. I was watching Dallas POV, came in on the left and jumped onto the half crate, like the middle crate, and then jumped in high, saw two scouts, got shot down and was stuck in the left corner in 50 HP, then bombed in again and managed to get a scout, so big play from him. Ubers have been traded here on 2 though, but it's multi's forced here from Hat. He has managed to back out. This soldier is going to go down though. Mitzi trying to do that damage on the non-Ubered people, but really got beat out in the long run. Numlock's gone down as well. This is looking like a shaky start from Epsilon, DJC.
Hawks was in pretty deep there though and did get killed by Mike, but it means that right now Shocky and Nox, the only two alive. They're back left on last. Shocky can't build, just has to fight this, has to take the 1v5. The arrow is going to go into Dallas. Shocky runs in and dies for the stickies, and the pipe from Cadis will make it a complete wipe and a round to BFF on what BFF considers their worst map.
Yeah, going back to that middle, it was like the whole of the Epsilon combo was just waiting for Dallas to come in. Even though he had been pretty much denied by the scouts, they were still waiting for him, and they just shrank back into the rump room and got separated from Numlock. So hopefully they can be a bit more ballsy in this middle. I'm going to watch Numlock's POVs coming from that right side this time, DJC.
He's
gonna go top though.
You were
He's just sticking out the door! 93 HP here for Numlock. He's had to drop down. Epsilon are playing in the corner here, but they're managing. Don't even pick up that soldier. Hawks goes huge. Wow, Epsilon are so disorganized here. I wonder if they've been practicing much this week, but they didn't know where to look. There was so many people in their face right there. That's what I was talking about, man. The Dallas distraction. Hawks with the sort of second wave of that soldier push. He's the guy doing the damage. He's the one you have to watch out for, man.
And you roboted away on that middle, but it gave a nice little, I don't know, Tron atmosphere to the calls. It was pretty solid. We do see that Nox is going to not have Uber for this defensive second. Hat has his in full. There is a sticky trap up on the shutter door side from Numlock, but Cadis, wise to it, is going to move through the garage, start moving on the combo. Cadis takes this Uber, they pop it into last. There is a soldier playing forward. They're trying to disperse here, so damage cannot be put out on all of them. Cadis will get not much done. Hat got juggled in pretty effectively as well. Quad and Daleth are going to die in on last, trying to earn this cap, but Epsilon move forward knowing they have numbers and heals. It's Cadis, Hawks, and Hat alive, and they're going to have to beat their way back to middle right now.
Yeah, looking back at our PCW, this was something that BFF were quite sloppy with. They were very prone to pushing into last when they had like a little bit of an advantage, but really overcommitting and losing people.
Beaver with the back cap.
Uh-oh.
Cadis, rather, not even Beaver. Wow, it's the pain train. Cadis is going to jump into last. Spots on the soldier, what a kill! Mike is down, the pain train is going to be very effective here. Oh, cannot get it, too much hit scan. But wow, what a play from Cadis.
Jason Allen, big game player. He is hitting them shots tonight. I hope to see more. A soldier gets juggled sky high here. Everybody's looking up. Scout runs on the point. DJC.
Aleph with the distraction once again. You talked about it in the pregame, and it is coming into play very effectively here. He's not getting as many frags, but he is taking so much distraction, so much attention rather, away from Epsilon's players. It's very impressive. Gonna see Cadis go on the quick way to choke this middle. Looks like everyone from Epsilon's gonna try and bunch through the garage once again. First thing he's gonna go into Numlock. Up top for the scouts. Cadis has to rotate off, so he did take some damage. BFF scouts are up top. Dallas bomb should be coming in shortly here. Epsilon have taken their own crates in defense. Dallas is behind, jumps in onto the soldier and medic, hits a ton of damage onto Nox, is fighting him in the corner, takes him down right now. It's Hat is going to die to the flank from Bash though. It's 3 up for Epsilon and 0. Repeat, 0 for BFF, so Epsilon have found their way into middle, have found their counterattack.
Yeah, nice play from Epsilon, considering Numlock was sort of getting stumped on in that initial middle. He's like a good second slower than Cadis. Got the med pack in time, but did he get sticky and was forced into the corner. So that's tough for Nox coming in there. He wants to have to heal his Demo Man and try and get his scouts buffed up at the same time, but they played really passively. We did see Mike working the right side on his own, but Epsilon seemed to be adapting a little bit. I know they did lose Nox in the end, but that was just sort of people losing track of Dalith. He jumped into Rump Room and everybody thought they would ignore him, but he was just quick to come straight back out again with that rebomb and did big damage up top.
Speaking of Nox, he has gone Crits Krieg here. The 75% on that right now means in about 6 to 8 seconds we're going to see Numlock or a soldier walk in and get some free shots at the BFF combo who only have 80%. It's Numlock's time to shine. Crits is going to be popped here, eats a ton of damage. Everyone from BFF is backed out. They read this perfectly. Cap is going to be started. Numlock puts up a ton of defensive stickies. Dalith is going to go in and eat a crit rocket for his troubles. BFF want to contest this. They're not going to get there in time. Hawks jumps onto the point. Shocky is dead. There is a soldier up top going for a back gap right now. Beavern is on it though, has to come help his soldier fight this scout. Soldier on the last. Cadis is going to spam some stickies at him. Will they get this in time? Mitzi is dead. It's just Numlock and Nox alive, and they have this crits advantage. Numlock's going to sticky point off and try and bait someone from BFF onto that on this repush here. Quad wisely playing on the backside of the point.
Oh, he's going to get one scout. Quad didn't look up. Cadis does get Shocky though in exchange. Bash onto Beavern. Numlock on the hat. Both medics are down. Cadis with a pipe onto Nox as well, and this is getting sketchy. 3 Epsilon players pushing onto last. They picked up Dalith on entry. Only Hawks remains. He's on 47 HP. His rockets are hitting nothing but air, and he goes down. Epsilon are back in it, baby.
That makes it 2-1 here, and this is kind of the Epsilon of old, as your son Crouton mentioned in the chat earlier. Epsilon used to be known for slacking off a bit in the first half of every map, and then would come back and pull it off gloriously. Maybe the new Epsilon picks it up a little bit quicker. We are going to see Nox running Crits Krieg to middle, and that's going to be very interesting to see if Numlock can stay alive here. We'll see Cadis is going very quick once again, putting stickies up top, denying that soldier. Actually, I think hit a lot of damage onto Mike, so Mike's bomb going to be very ineffective here. Dalith jumps in right into the enemy combo, dies to the stickies. Bash is dead, meanwhile, but Hawks is going to go down in the exchange. Crits advantage, not actually advantageous right now for Nox because he is at even percent, but Had is going to die here. Numlock had that sticky trap up, and had to walk into it.
Coming around behind, he picked up the medpack quad. It's undetected. He's ghosting in onto Nox here. Ooh, doesn't even hit him, man. He's on full health.
Oh, well, Nox now has 100% Crits Krieg, and he and the rest of his squadron are moving very quickly into CP2 here. Spawns are going to come Dalith on Engineer. Once that sentry up, Numlock's already moving into last, though. They know that if they get the right spawns here, the crits are going to be popped into the spawn door. It closes in Numlock's face. He will get Hawks that free kill. Sentry gun's going to be spammed down, and because BFF backed up in a spawn, there might not be much to contest this. Scout demo onto the point. Cadis eats the pipe as he drops down. It's just one scout alive, and it's not enough. 2-2 Epsilon, and as quickly as BFF's fortune turned for good. It seems like they've been cursed in the past 2 rounds. Admirable, you cannot disgrace Epsilon on their home turf.
Well, I did suggest that it might take them a few rounds to sort of figure out what they're doing on middles, and it seems to be going that way because I'm just the greatest TF2 commentator ever, DJC.
Caster of the season, baby.
Oh, wow. But we're on to another middle here, and I'm trying to find Numlock. He's going up top. They're doing a slower rollout here. Actually, both teams stacking those top sides. Big bombing again from Dalith. Does get shut down from Numlock. And Mike goes down as well. Both roamers fairly ineffective, but the frags are coming in thick and fast for Epsilon. But this position up top from Hat is a fairly risky one. He's going to manage to get out just in time, but his demo man does have to sack. Cadis goes down to save Hat's life. Numlock's going to jump ahead here. He might get him. Oh, just a nipple hair away from that sticky DJC Hat. He's just braving it here.
He will make it out on 89%, so we'll get this. But you see the problem with Dallas hyper-aggression. If you are constantly down one player at the start of every mid-fight, you will not win many mids. At least not against a coordinated team. Epsilon have the man advantage right now, but they know better than this. They're going to send in the 2-player suicide here, the Scout and the Soldier. They get a lot of damage on a Hat, down to 57, even 26 off of a last-second shot. Shocky and Bash down. BFF want to push off of this. There's a soldier up top. On the Nox, gets the force out. Great play from Dalith there. Cadis is onto the point, has forced the multi. Oh, BFF have had the multi as well. Numlock is in aggressive. Cadis has no support. It's a battle of the demo man with enough corner. Dalith's going to die up top. Scouts both pincer in onto Numlock, and right now Hawks has to watch the upper to watch for this backup. Scout rushes in from the flank. Bash going to take down Quad here. Beavern swarms onto him, but look at the high ground advantage here from Epsilon spamming onto this point. Scout is even rushing into last onto Hat and Cadis.
Combos up top.
Oh dear.
Mitzi on the point. Ah! Oh,
Gonna go, they
DJC.
just couldn't get to it. Oh my lord, what a round. Really impressive play there from Epsilon. Just got in from every angle off of BFF's repush. BFF did a very good job of picking off the players they could and getting position, but Epsilon held the high ground the entire time and then made a fantastic call to back up with their combo.
Yeah, I feel like BFF didn't really have a plan after the Ubers got popped off. They were just sort of standing around looking at each other, didn't play for that high ground, but we're back onto another middle. Both scouts up top for BFF. Mike jumps forward, he's taking the attention onto the red left crate there, and actually picks up Cadis with a direct rocket there up top. I'm not sure if that was part of the plan, but it worked out pretty well for them. And we see Epsilon streaming forward already. Quad has gone down as well in that mid fight, and it's actually a little Uber advantage for Hat. Not sure if that's going to affect anything here, but if they wanted to block, they might, but it would be probably not advisable because they're waiting for those spawns to come in to be Ubering into a situation where they're temporarily outnumbered, but they have backed off to last, and they're going to see if Epsilon can successfully push here in this Uber versus Uber. What do you think they will do, DJC? Predict for me.
I think they'll probably go for another sack play. That seems to be Epsilon's default style, into last, sacrifice, and then make a secondary push. You can see one scout's just hiding on the left side shutter door right now, but I want to go back to that mid. You saw Mike got in super aggressive there, got a jump off that killed Cadis instantly. That's what Dallas needs to be doing if he's going to go for those quick jumps. Mike, meanwhile, can't even find an angle, is going to jump in with 70 HP, just gets body shot down. 3 dead here for Epsilon. Have they misstepped? Unfortunately for BFF, they are down a scout right now in the form of Quad being on that heavy. And did we just get a pause? No, we just got some lag. There's a sticky trap above the store. Kate is going to eat a ton of damage. He and Quad are through. The soldier aggression will take down Numlock. The Uber's going to be popped here from Epsilon. They're going to force a lot of multing between the heavy and demo. In fact, chasing down Kate, his hat couldn't get to him in time. Mitzi will get the double kill, in fact, on the Hawks. Very misplayed here from BFF. They have overextended badly and been punished. Shocky comes in and wins a 1v1 against Quad. Beavern is fighting the scout on the far side. Shocky takes him down. In fact, Shocky with a triple kill so far on the hat as well. Mike gets another onto Dalit. That is a full team wipe and a 4th round win for Epsilon Esports. Who could have ever doubted this juggernaut team ad?
Yeah, that was a really impressive 3-man hold after suicided in those 3. I thought it was risky that Numlock had sort of gambled to play lower and go for those 2 sticky traps because it didn't work for him. He died, but just a big play from Mitzi there. Just solid pocketing with knocks, and that full 8 seconds of Uber is so important. But we're back onto another middle. Kate is so much faster than Numlock again. Numlock has just stopped contesting these early middle battles, and that's just smart demo man play. He's getting out-rolled out. And a big bomb in here from Dallas though. He gets juggled skyward, almost gets knocked. He surfs back onto the ramp room. And already 4 players down for BFF. Hat is wise though, he's well out of there. He's got Hawks in tow. They're building that Uber charge. They're probably going to have to hold on to last here though, because they're not going to get it in time to block CP2, DJC.
They're already backing out. Epsilon might not be content with this. You can see his soldier is inching his way through that far side, but he is going to sit and stay. Very weird mid there from BFF. I was watching Broder PCW Epsilon yesterday, and I noticed that Rib was doing a fairly significant amount of damage on some early mids, and Epsilon later made a big adjustment. They had their scouts split up the sides and middle so they weren't eating the same damage, and then converge on Rib from 2 different locations, and that's what just happened to Cadis there. He got annihilated at the start of middle, but we do see Epsilon on Uber versus Uber. There is a sniper up in the form of Beavern, and what will Epsilon choose to do here? Adds, they went for the sack last time, they went for the sack the time before that. Will they be dropping 2 players and hoping for a better turn of events this time? I mean,
they're buffing up the double soldier
row.
bomb in here. They're coming in up top, but they've been denied instantly. Hawks on 300 HP going up against these buff soldiers. They do get the foresight though. Hat pops off there to save himself. He was 60 HP. He's going to be slightly mad at that, and they're faced with a tough choice. The counter force comes in instantly from Quad. He goes up against 4 Epsilon players and gets an Uber out of it. And right now, Epsilon need to be careful not to overextend. They're trying to focus down the soldier. Both scouts and Demo Man doing big damage. Cadis gets separated, gets just slightly behind enemy lines here, but does manage to do enough damage to the rest of his team. Might be able to clean up Nox. Gets to the arrow, could have got an Uber slot. Now he's getting chased down by Beaver, picks up the 2-shot there. And things are just swinging back and forth, but it's a combat class man advantage here for Epsilon. Super weak health though. Mike, Mitzi and Shocky all flashing red on my HUD, DJC.
A fantastic push here from Epsilon. They split up from 3 different angles, got a ton of distraction off. did a ton of damage in the end. Unfortunately, just didn't have the health to combat this. And BFF, that pick by Beavern was a very risky play. He was putting his team down a combat class against a 3-man pushing squad to see if he could get a pick on a medic that really didn't matter a ton, and it worked out very well for BFF here. There are a few sticky traps up for Numlock. In fact, Epsilon taking the high ground now onto Hat here. The spam is coming from that soldier. Cap is going to be started. Epsilon not in a great position to contest this. Going to be a lot of damage going off through that closet area. There is a soldier up top sitting on the health pack. That is Mitzi. Going to have to go out the drop down here and escape because BFF are wise to his position right now.
Both medics sitting on that normal Uber charge still. Nox is just about to get his charge. They've lost Mitzi though. It'll be interesting to see how BFF play that. They still got 15 minutes on the clock. They just spotted a sticky trap there as well. Kiris is trapped forward. The force comes in actually from Numlock. This is a nice little exchange for Epsilon. They've gone a single Uber and forced the multi out of BFF. BFF now backing off a little bit, but they're not such low health that they can't contest the yard. Epsilon wisely choose to focus left, but Hawks and Beaven going huge, picking up Mike and Bash. Numlock's got his back to them now. Nox has recognised this is a train wreck. He is out of there, and he meets up with Mitzi, and they're just going to hold back on CP2, but they have to forfeit that middle. A little bit of sketchy play, getting really stretched out there, DJC.
And these forward spawns are just barely gonna not get it. They were down to 0.5 seconds on the timer. So Epsilon have gotten full back spawns. They're gonna have to jump up quickly, but BFF didn't move anything forward. They knew the importance of stacking there. BFF do have a very slim advantage of 10%, not really going to be enough to push off of, but they've gotten good ground over on the left here. Unfortunately, the soldier presence up top of Mike is going to force them back, but BFF Super is up. I think they're going to take this garage. Looks like Hawks is going to clear out, or Daleth rather, is going to clear out the upper here, the high ground, but look at this, they're ready for the scout to just hold back. The soldier's going to come in, Daleth dies early, make it a double for Mike as he gets the wall shot on the quad, but BFF have held their Uber very well. Soldier's going to jump in behind. Cadis is pursuing. Hat has to multi between forward and rear targets. Beavern's alone in right yard. The wraparound from Epsilon. 2 scouts hit on the medic right here. Here is Hawks trying valiantly to defend it, but it will not matter. The double kill for Numlock and singles for Mitzi and Shocky to wipe BFF.
I'd just like to commend Nox there for a great Uber. Like, it was looking like Mike might have got picked there in the garage as BFF were really playing for that pick on the soldier holding up in lunchbox in his own, but Nox just read it well, came over just in time, and it's something you don't see a lot of teams doing too often in Europe at least. They'll just give up the garage and try and play around the point, but just a great Uber there from Nox. Great read by Epsilon, and they're storming ahead here. Another frag onto Daleth. It looks like Mike might get separated here. He's 86, going toe to toe with a Scout. 1 rocket up the quad. 15 versus 12. He's going for the escape plan, but quad is too good for that.
Numlock is taking this into last, gets Hat instantly. Hawks will get a kill onto Shocky, but the nice semi-air pipe, we'll call it, from Numlock earns a double kill onto the demo medic. It's Hawks, Daleth, and Quad alive. Quad needs health. Hawks is in deep, unfortunately for him. Gonna have to fight everybody here. Numlock's on 10 HP, will go down, so that will harm Epsilon's pushing ability. Quad, what is he doing? Peeking so aggressively up top, but I think they know Epsilon are gonna push. They know that any aggression come out here is gonna be a little bit of a tentative push, but never mind that as the pick goes on to Daleth. The big bomb comes in. Cadis will get that kill on the Bash. He's now fighting for his life against a soldier. Mike eats a pipe. Cadis with the double kill. Mitzi actually domed himself on Cadis's face there, I do believe. So call it a triple for big Cadis. Jason Allen. He's going to try and peek here. Lots of damage going out. That scout didn't make it in, but Cadis hitting some nice stickies. Shocky and Nox are alone. Uber is going to be even here. Epsilon will have everybody up but their demo man to defend this middle. What will BFF do here, Ads? Do you think they're going to push this aggressively?
Yeah, they absolutely have to. They should be in here already. Numlock doesn't even spawn. They know they've got free entry apart from that rocket spam. They could be walking in right now, but they're just going to sit back. Wow. They could have got the force, man. They could have done anything. Sack a couple of players there to create an Uber advantage, but they decide to sit back. Do they not realise they're 2 rounds down in 10 minutes on Granary, the slowest map? Oh, wow. I don't know, DJC.
I think this is an issue where BFF's lack of confidence on Granary has to come into play. They know they're not particularly great at pushing the advantages that Granary gives you. They know they're not that great at dealing with the disadvantages. Looks like we will see an actual pause go off here, but BFF are not very solid on Granary. They know it, and it has to be affecting their play right now.
Well, I just want to mention something that I saw in the STV chat there a couple of minutes ago. Kiris was saying let's get a pause after this round, but the round sort of went on. And Epsilon said you can pause now if you want, but I think Kadis isn't pausing for a technical issue. He's pausing because if they lose this round, you know, they'll be almost at match point. He wants to pause and discuss what they're doing wrong, perhaps. So I'm going to look into my crystal ball here, DJC, and say that in 90 seconds that BFF might have lost this round or either won it, but there has just been a pause coming in there that was previously discussed. This is the time paradigm here, man. I'm not sure exactly.
So in 90 seconds, either BFF will have won or lost. That's really solid commitment, James. You really chose a side there.
Lost.
Yeah. I'm gonna be opposite. We have to get ready to fight. We need to be ready to be at each other's throats because this Saturday.
I hate you.
I love you, but I'll pretend to hate you this Saturday because we are casting a Highlander show match between a North American team and a European team on this very channel. You can find some details over at teamfortress.tv in the event sidebar. That will be the European dominant force in Highlander, SNSD, featuring Kadis from this game on the Demo Man, ALX on Heavy, Tvic on Sniper, the Sucker on Medic, all kinds of big names. And over on the American side, a lesser known team, Ginyu Force, who have been pretty damn good this season, and UGC Platinum over on the American side. That is Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself and Admirable casting and a little bit of Hugh He, our cameraman for today, on the stream. And if North America wins that, I'm going to sing God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood, so you don't want to miss that action. It's going to be awful.
I'm going to sing the European national anthem that nobody knows. I think that actually is one for the EU.
It's Ode to Joy by Beethoven. It's fantastic. It has no lyrics. Good luck.
Oh well. Okay.
I was discussing this with Jimmy Breeze yesterday. I was like, okay, so I know what I'm going to sing if America wins. What the hell do we do if SNSD win? I was like, they're Swedish. What's the Swedish national anthem? And I thought, what the Swedish national anthem is? It's ABBA. You ready to throw it all on the line, ads? You gonna sing some Dancing Queen if SNSD triumph this weekend?
Yeah, maybe. I could get drunk at 4 in the afternoon. Why not?
It'll be 9 for you.
Oh, it's late? Yeah, okay then. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, it'll be 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT, 10 p.m. CET. We're going to go live here. The unpause happens, and we'll see what happens in this fight. The Uber's going to be popped. Happens. Malty is going to come out here from BFF. It's been a solo so far for Epsilon, and BFF in by far the worst position here. That Soldier's going to get caught in. Kadis getting a lot of spam on him. We'll finish him off. Bash dead as well. Mike dies, but Numlock walks in, takes down 2. Make it 3. A huge play from Seb Barton is going to have to turn around and deal with this Soldier who is on his medic and took him down. Hawks. Numlock makes it a 4 kill on a Kadis. How are they not killing him? He's spamming at Hat as well. Scouts in 2. Look at this distraction. They can't get anybody killed here. What the hell? A 5 kill for Numlock on the Hat. The only one he could not get was the Pocket Soldier Hawks. And the very meek and sad LOL comes out from Hat, which is exactly what I would say after that, because that was miserable from BFF.
It was a big play from Numlock, but the initial push from Epsilon seemed more considered. They went in with a single Uber, like no one else from Epsilon committed there. But the positions from BFF, they were all just so close and so easy to take all that damage. Like the multi was always going to come in. I feel like Epsilon deserved to win. With the 5, man.
After that point, yeah, I think your prediction turned out to be correct.
Spy,
you see the spy is coming in. He got spotted. He got bumped. They just Uber into last. Oh god, he got knocked. Isn't gonna matter though. Beaver's on the sniper. Hawk's dead instantly to Numlock. Make it a 6 streak, a 7 streak here for Numlock as he takes down Hat as well. He's just gonna casually walk to the point, knowing that he won himself a round entirely by his own, because he killed 7 people in the span of about 35 seconds. But a new mid, a new day for BFF. We'll see if they can come back from that demoralizing, heart-crushing, soul-destroying round ending.
Yeah, the brakes have been put on the BFF comeback. Kadis coming in lower again. He's got a sticky up top waiting for Numlock, but again, Numlock isn't going to contest middle. And will we see that scout pincer again as Kadis pushes down left to try and force back Bash, but he does eventually go down to Bash. Kadis way overextending there, just trying to do too much because he's feeling like there's nothing to do here. There's no demo man battle, but he's not helping his team at all there. My HUD is broken. GG pause. But right now it looks like Epsilon are probably going to clear up here. I can't see who's He's dead. Only Beaver remains alive as I press tab. DJC's going toe to toe here. 10 HP isn't enough to take down Shocky. He is going to remain victorious, and Epsilon are just stamping their authority onto this game. Only 8 minutes left and a 3-round deficit, soon to be 4, I think, DJC.
Yeah, Nox went down early in that fight. Numlock made a sticky jump in a yard on about 70 hit points, and then hit 3 nice stickies on a hat to take him down to swing the advantage back in Epsilon's favor. We'll see 30% already up for Nox because he is running the Kritzkrieg, which we've seen him do a few times now tonight, to great effect so far because Epsilon are up 5-2 and looking pretty dominant. They've reeled off 5 straight rounds. The last time I saw this was at the Season 11 LAN, where Mihai's Flow won 3 quick rounds against Leviathan Gaming, and then just got demolished the rest of the way. And it's got that eerily similar feel. I feel like we're going to go to a second map and BFF are going to have no passion and desire left. Crits is going to be popped in the meanwhile. First one goes onto the pillar. Scout rushes him. He will get the kill on a quad and then gives his mouse a little shake. He's just going to find a stray Beaver on the side. Kate is caught out all the way in here. Is going to get cleaned up by that Scout, and Numlock is moving into last. This is maybe the saddest defense of all time by BFF.
Yeah, I'm face palming at those 2 free scout picks. The Uber does come in eventually, but they're so outnumbered here. It's 5-on-2, and one of those classes is a medic. Can Hat do 10,000 damage in the space of 2 seconds? No, he cannot. It's going to be 6-2, 7 minutes left, EJC. Or Epsilon going to whitewash this.
Well, if they do, Cadis's prediction will indeed be correct. Because he said they were going to get win differenced, and we have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Maybe one more middle in this for BFF to strut their stuff, to show their mettle. Maybe they can re-find some of that fuel that got them 2 quick rounds. They can go into the second map strong. We will see that Cadis is not playing so far forward this time. He's on his side of the middle. There is a soldier on the right for both sides. Down with a huge bomb. Bash is going to get killed by both scouts. Numlock caught out. Epsilon just wisely back their medic out instantly. A no contest on this middle because they know they can afford this. They don't have to care about mid fights anymore. They are up 4 rounds with a mere 6 minutes to go, and they can just pop Uber into this and force a BFF multi if they so desire, which is what's going to happen. Mitzi is moving out of the point, gets great damage out. Hat doesn't even have it yet. They've gotten 0 kills. Cadis is in so deep. How does this happen every time?
BFF, they're always just so clumped up, man. There's no one just playing behind. They're always all standing in the point or whatever. It makes these single Ubers so effective. But the fact that Hat didn't have that one, I mean, the force didn't come in. And they've traded Nox here, but they've picked up 3 frags in the process, and they're going to be able to hold this point and quite possibly kill Hat if they jump around here in time. We see a Scout doing a great work of distracting that Shocky on 50 HP, just buying a few seconds that his teammates could have taken advantage of. He's now gone up top. Shocky's super low, but everyone else is streaming forward. Cadis is in the corner. He almost got stuck there. Epsilon don't really want to commit to this. They could have gone balls deep for frags there, but like you say, DJC, they're in the driving seat. They don't need to take any risks whatsoever. Hat goes down though. Wow.
Yeah, this is a very smart play from Epsilon. They know their heals are bad. They know Nox is en route. They know that BFF have the respawns coming, and BFF could have contested that very easily if Epsilon had overextended on the point. But because Epsilon stayed back and waited for the heals to arrive, they're able to take it freely without incident. Nox has a huge Uber lead here, about 50%, but look at this. The forward spawn sniper in the form of Beaver. As a tongue twister, going to go for the headshot on a flying Numlock. The launching demo man will make it out safely, and Beaver has to backspawn. Daleth the death as he tries to go in for that kill onto the medic of the force. It's not going to happen. We're down to 4 minutes 40 seconds to go, and the Uber's going to be popped because Cadis is just ever so slightly extended. The Scout is into last, getting juggled around. Cadis doing loop-de-loops in the air to try and escape. Bash will extend very deep here and die, but Epsilon have depressurized CP2, and they have earned this capture right now.
Yeah, not really a gamble at all with that Scout play. Could have got the demo man, but like you say, just taking the focus away from the point of land, the cap easy. They give it up Uber advantage, but this point is really, really easy to milk or sort of get that Uber force out from. You're basically walking through these tiny choke points. Numlock has the lower side sticky. Hat Uber's anyway. He could have gone for free up top.
Oh my god. The wraparound attempt came from Epsilon, but there were people there and both soldiers got annihilated. There's one in on last here. He's trying to fight, gets a little bit of an air shot. Mike taking one from Hawks there. Sorry to interrupt your call, but that looked like it was going to be crucial, and then a bunch of damage just got unleashed into Mitzi's face.
Yeah, really nice execution from BFF. Nox goes down as well. There's a back cap on. This is Mike behind And Hat 36 HP there in the yard, doesn't want to go down, he's playing very sketchily. Where has Mike gone? He's still alive somewhere, he's gone to garage actually. The back cap is still on here, he looks like he wants to go back in for round 2. No one's realised that he's still alive. What's going on here? They just thought Mike had died. Total confusion here in the BFF ranks. Cadis comes back, tries to block, doesn't get it in time. Mike's got that escape plan out. He's going to make it to last, picks up the frag onto Cadis in the process. Huge play from Mike, doing an X
Beaver's
here.
coming out though, he's taunting on the point. Beaver's going to make it in time. The 2-shot onto the taunting soldier. Cadis prematurely called the GG. Beaver with the clutch play might not matter a whole lot because there's 3 minutes left and BFF are kind of losing really badly, especially with Numlock coming into the point here to contest. Gets a free kill on the quad because BFF knew they had to go for something. Scout's going to walk in and just casually shoot Hat down. Beaver is dancing around in Numlock's face. It's not really going to matter because everyone is swarming onto him now. The late bomb is going to come out here from the soldier still living. But he's not going to last very long either in the face of 5 Epsilon players. Did Numlock just get like the most casual 4-kill of all time? Like barely even noticeable? Whatever. It's a 7-2 Epsilon, and I think this is really the result that most people expected.
Yeah, the GGs had been called prematurely, but BFF I think had just dropped their heads there for probably the last 20 minutes after they went 2-0 up. Was that just 7 rounds without answer, DJC? Pretty impressive.
I've never seen that in my entire 5 years watching TF2, watching European TF2. I've never, ever seen 7 round wins in a row in a single map. That's really just depressing, isn't it? Like, it's not even impressive. It's like, it is, but it's like, wow, BFF, you could have stopped him once, you know?
DJC, we don't have the amazing technology of Vanilla TV, who are, by the way, casting tonight. You can check them out at twitch.tv/Vanilla TV. But since this is our server, I can upload the logs, DJC. If you give me a little bit of filler right there, I can get it done.
Filler is what I do best, Admirable. I had to kill 2 hours at the start of the last ESEA LAN. It got a little saucy at times, but it worked. So we see a 7-2 win for Epsilon on the first map. I think Numlock clearly has to be the man of the map after that because he reeled off some huge kill streaks, won an entire round with a 7 streak that included a 5 kill in yard, and would have probably been a 6 kill if Shocky hadn't been there to so greedily steal that last one. Very impressive play from them. BFF really just looked outmatched the entire time. They got 2 nice mids at the start, and then it seemed like every mid after that, Cadis was extended so far forward that he would just get annihilated by whichever scout breathed on him. It felt like Cadis could do nothing on the mids. Process is a lot different, honestly. It's a lot bigger, wider, harder to get scouts aggressive early on. You can't, as a scout, have a full 185 buff and make it into the fight early. You have to wait a little while.